tracking these insights and predicting, trends and things to adjust. What are some of the biggest challenges that in-house marketing teams face?
Man, okay, there's a lot of challenges that they face. There's some challenges that in-house marketing teams face, like lack of clear communication. So I'm a big proponent of this idea of working in public. I don't like direct messages. So if you use Slack, if you use Microsoft Teams, if you use Skype, I'm sorry, if you use Skype, like whatever your channel is, I want you to have public channels that all members kind of see what's happening. For example, if you have a content manager or a PPC manager, they have their own channel in Slack and they're working in public. Everyone that has questions for them goes into that channel, asks them questions, meaning anyone can go in those channels and read and see what's going on. It's this idea of working in public that helps clarify across the board what everyone's working on and where there's hiccups. And if you sequester those messages to DMs, I think you're going to kind of suffocate the organization's ability to communicate quickly and efficiently. There's something about like kind of the osmosis of seeing what's happening around you that allows you to make better decisions. And it doesn't increase the noise that you see. You can mute the channels, but you should still have access to view them. Whereas if someone DM'd me, no one else would have access to the DM except for the parties involved. So I think working in public helps with communication. Yeah. Another big one is teams often don't have outcome goals. They may have tasks to do. And I think of it like, an engineer. If we were building a car, I'd say to the engineer, hey, I need something for the driver to be able to push the windows up and down. Right? I need the windows to open and close. Go figure that out. I don't tell them, hey, I've got this ABS plastic and I need you to figure out an injection mold solution for us to be able to place it here so that yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to give them those details. I'm just going to say, I want windows that go up and down and I want the driver to be able to do it. You're intelligent. I wouldn't hire you and work with you if you weren't. I trust and respect you. So go solve that problem. And so often marketers are stuck following these unnecessary constraints that their executives give them, when really they should just be given the opportunity to make something happen. So for example, we want 1,000 people on the next webinar. Like that's a really cool problem to solve. It's a hard problem to solve. How do you do it? Well, I can't answer that, right? Like I have to think through the numbers and I have to do all this prediction and come up with this model of like, if we drive them from PPC, how many will we get? And how many will our email get? And can we do any partner promotions? And can we call people to get them to register? And do we do text messages and browser notifications? So it's like all these different ideas. I want to give the outcome to someone and have them solve it and then give them adequate time to solve it correctly. So I say, by the end of the quarter, I want 1,000 people on our webinar. And that's a huge goal. So what's going to happen is it's going to precipitate a bunch of tasks. And I don't care about the tasks. I care about the outcome. I don't care that you knocked out 100 tasks today. I care at the end of the 90 days, you hit the outcome. And I'm going to support you every step along the way and ensuring that you're on track for it. But ultimately, you own the outcome. So giving individuals outcomes to own is incredible. It gives them this ability to act like adults, to not be micromanaged, to use their genius. I feel like I'm pretty good at marketing, and I work with people that are better than me in every single regard every single day. I work with PPC people that are way better than I ever want to be. I work with an SEO team that's way better than me. So I want to tell them the problem I want to solve. For SEO, I say, I want these 3 keywords. I want us to be on page 1 by the end of the quarter. And they can either say, cool, we'll make it happen, or that is impossible. I can do it in 2 quarters. And I say, okay, that's fine. Right. So it's like give people these outcome goals and then let them be creative and intelligent to solve them. That's another big one. And then the last, I think, major problem that like marketing teams face is this crazy idea that anyone in a company, it doesn't matter if it's their first day on the job, they can say, hey, I'm scheduling a meeting and I want the CEO, the COO, the CMO, the director of marketing, and like these 5 people on it. They can do that. And that call, if you think about how much that costs the company, it's going to be maybe thousands of dollars for that 1-hour call. But that same person doesn't have approval to spend $250 on a Udemy course on how to use Google Tag Manager. They can go spend $2,000 on people's time, but they can't spend $250 on a course to help them get better. That's garbage. So I want all marketing departments to feel enabled to solve problems and not to waste people's time. I would much rather someone say to me, hey, Casey, I wanted to meet with you and figure this out, but instead I spent $150 on this program. I learned all these answers, and I think this is the right answer. Instead of spending an hour with me on the call for me helping them figure it out, they went and figured it out. Maybe it took them 4 hours. I don't care, but it didn't take me an hour.
Yeah.
And I build that person up. I build up their capabilities. They can solve bigger problems on their own without needing me, which means I have more kind of, I have like an army of people that are making my dreams come true, which are ultimately the executive's dreams come true.
Amazing. Yeah. It's about finding out what the problem is to solve. That's kind of that's the core direction that you provide. And then it's going to take some experimentation, and you don't necessarily need to be hand-holding through that entire process, but you want to give those marketers the freedom to actually experiment and test and try things, because it's their area of expertise as well. Right.
You'd expect it to be, right? You want them to own it. Like, I didn't hire someone to be great at something only for me to spoon feed them everything to do next. Right. I gave it to them to say, like, let's cross this incredible chasm. And like, you have to figure it out.